Week 11, baby. Oh, welcome to week 11 of Hail Mary Happy Hour. This week's guest is the beautiful, the luxurious Sam Courier, roommate of me. Welcome, Sam.
Here I am, Sam.
There he is. Now,
I am.
Sam is also in the only matchup that is still a question mark of who will win against Sam Losh. Old
Battle
fashioned
of the
standoff
Sims.
going on here. Now, maybe we'll have an idea of who's going to win by the end of this podcast because we are recording at 9 o'clock. The game's, it's going, but not enough has happened to swing that match in either direction. We are hoping that the Rams pull through for Andrew's sake. Tyler, I don't know if you have kept in touch with the chat at all.
Oh, I know what's going
Uh,
on there. Yes, sir.
yeah, that is arguably bigger than the Sam v Sam matchup. So
Well, it's off to a rough start for Andy, for sure. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we are looking at a 10-0 right now, but it's the Rams with all their weapons should be able to come back against it.
yeah, especially that Puka
Same.
That
Nakua
Puka
guy. It'd be
Nacua guy.
crazy if they
Ooh, it
just
would be crazy if he
threw
like
him three
scored a
touchdowns.
touchdown or something. That would be wild. Two touchdowns even. But in the meantime, we'll talk little bit more
Yeah.
about what's already happened. It's not we'll catch up with what's going to happen in a bit. First of all, some fun that happened in the last weekend. Tyler went to a wedding, did some best manning.
I did indeed.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
was the best man. I gave a speech. I feel like I did quite well. It was well received. So, yeah, excellent time. A lot of driving, though. A lot of driving. Drove 8 hours back from Maine to New Jersey yesterday. It was a journey, but it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. So,
Indeed. Indeed. That is, but yeah, that's a fucking haul. But yeah, good
Josh,
job on
what
that.
did you do this
Yeah.
weekend?
Oh, that is slow death. No, I don't know. I mean, people have seen it on the podcast. I've mentioned it, but I did my half marathon yesterday. We finished. I got this hoodie. It's fun colored. I guess I support the Broncos with it. It's got an anchor on it. It's fun.
Ooh, anchors are cool.
Uh, yeah. I literally signed up just because I liked this sweatshirt. This was like the big
Did it?
decider.
Did that say Hail Mary on the bottom of it?
No, it says Harborside. Harborside half marathon or something. That would be awesome if it did. But yeah, ran that. My leg is not great. Definitely was already injured before the race, and now it is worse. So supposed to play volleyball tomorrow. Probably can't. But I ran the half marathon, so it's fine. And now I quit running
Good job.
for like a little bit. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh.
Health achieved.
Health achieved, and yet I feel worse than I did beforehand. But here's what I do feel good about. Fantasy football, because I'm winning. It feels that it's good. Because now we're in the thick of it. I mean, we've been in the thick of it, but like the
Second
playoffs are
half.
coming up.
Playoffs
We
coming
have
just a few weeks away.
four. Yeah, everyone is in the running to make the playoffs, but you know, we need some very specific circumstances for some of these teams. But I don't know about you guys. A team that I think will officially be in the playoffs after this week, and I'm terrified of, is She Love My McConkey, because holy Bengals. What the fuck?
Yeah, Bengals just kind of going crazy with it. I mean, just absolutely turning
Yeah.
around, absolute 180 from the start of the season. Yeah, I mean, that's a big part of this team's comeback. And I mean, not to mention coming back with some injuries that they had earlier in the season. This team is just stacked with weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll see later. We have a little trade segment later where I kind of put together the trade values of positions for each team, and yeah, She Love My McConkey, pretty stacked. Doesn't need to do much trading, it would seem.
High value.
Yeah, pretty high value at a lot of
Yeah,
positions.
no
But
kidding.
but yeah, now's the time to make those trades. Trade deadline coming up week 11. Like we don't have too very long. I've
Coming up
actually,
very soon.
I mean, I've made trades with both of you recently. You know, I recently, I have Evan Ingram. You have Jonathan Brooks, who I don't think ended up playing, which is unfortunate. Hopefully, he comes in for those last couple weeks. But, uh, yeah, Evan Ingram now has Mac Jones thrown to him. Not ideal. My tight ends are now Jake Ferguson, who has Cooper Rush, and Evan Ingram's, who has Mac Jones. So my tight ends got
Oh, that's fun.
a little bit of an oop there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oof.
Uh, yeah, but it could be worse. I could have I could have traded away George Pickens for a running back that suddenly decided not to play football, as Brian Robinson Jr. seems to have done.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
what's
know
up
what
with
his injury
that.
is, but no.
I think his injury is just being for
I
the team.
yeah. It would seem so, because I really he was fine. He was good. I really thought that, it was a good trade. I stand by it. It was a trade that made sense, but right now it doesn't. It feels pretty lopsided.
It's all right. He's gonna come
But
back. He's gonna be incredible. But
bright
yeah,
side,
after this
not
week,
a ton of big. You're on. Are you hopeful?
I don't know.
No.
Not particularly, is what I'm gonna say. I don't think it's out of the question though. I mean, the big thing is a week 14 matchup with She Loves My McConkey. So
Lovely.
if possible, if I'm in the running when it comes down to that game, that could be very important. So, it's certainly not impossible to see a world in which I make it, but the odds are definitely not in my favor. I mean, you
Man.
got it. You also got
Yeah.
GGG. You got GGG on this in this division too, who will also be 5-5 after this week, assuming that they do in fact beat me. So yeah, it's going to be an
Yes.
interesting end to the season for this division. But yeah, I would definitely say that She Loves My McConkey is the favorite right now.
For what it's worth, Tua did throw an interception, so GGG is now further away from winning than he was last time we checked. But so who knows?
I would not deserve
It would
this
be
victory if
insane.
I win.
I won't be able to call any bed shitters from this game, but just know that if somehow Tua chokes this, he is like the bed shitter of the year. Like maybe Danny Dimes is still. Oh wait, if that happens to Gabe again, that would be amazing.
That would.
Because I beat Gabe with Danny.
Yeah, that would be insane. That would be
That would
tragic,
be awful.
honestly.
That would be amazing. That would just be good content.
Excellent.
But
do it for the podcast.
Do it for the podcast, Tua. Get your priorities. But moving on, I'll run through a few other notes from the week. We have the fact that Chuba Hubbard still just doing it, got that extension, going crazy on Victor's team, just like, yeah, sure, why not? Nico stayed inactive. Christian McCaffrey came out, looked pretty good. Drake May looked pretty good against Caleb. You had that number one generational quarterback facing Drake May, and I mean, one of those guys looked like he should be a starter. Admittedly, Caleb has the terrible offensive line, but so does Drake May, and also worse weapons. So, yeah. Nah.
Who is Drake May's best weapon? Is it Hunter Henry?
Yes, absolutely. They want to say it's Polk, but he doesn't catch balls.
Honestly, maybe just like Kayshon Boutte.
Maybe.
It might just Pop Douglas.
I see
I was gonna
Henry's
say
name a lot.
Demario Douglas would be my second.
Yeah. Who knows? It's whoever he feels like throwing it to. But
it's himself.
Bears looking pretty washed, but not quite as washed as, speaking of Granny's Gold Galleons, of Gabe's team. Last week I commented that they had their first 3-game losing streak since 2020. It's 4 games now, and I don't think that streak is ending anytime soon because Cooper Rush is booty cheeks.
Ooh.
Like,
Yeah, Cooper Rush.
again, rough for Tyler. Yeah. Tyler C.D. Lamb, who is like one of his last uninjured players, is now. And Rico Dowdle. But,
Things are not
yeah,
looking good.
Tyler's team is in a rough look.
Guys,
What?
sorry.
No, game interruption? Did something happen in...
Oh, yeah. Fumble lost by Kyron Williams.
Oh, that's who Sam Losh has in, for those
All
that are
right.
interested in watching. You know, maybe there's a, wait. Did Fumble lost by Tua as well?
Wow.
What?
Tua's at negative points.
Slippery balls.
I
There's
think
no
that there might
evidence.
be a, like, there's always the something curse. I feel like there's a podcast blessing. Like when you're on, if you're on the podcast while a game is happening, they go your way because, except Gabe, host Trump's guest, but we've seen
I think I've lost to the
guest before.
guest
Yeah.
before, yeah. I can vouch for that curse blessing.
Yep. Well, that just
I
goes
think
to
last
show.
week I did.
Did you lose to Victor, perchance?
Did I? I
But-
don't know.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Speaking of your matchup, we have Jared Goff, who has been one of the most consistent guys throwing that ball. Even in pouring rain, he got a good completion percentage. And this week, dude threw 5 interceptions in the game,
Oh my
which
god.
is insane.
Yeah.
He
I'm not
talking
sure
about
what
people who don't deserve a win, Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I decided to do another trivia off this fact, like I did last week with Bo Nix's
happened. Oh, word.
touchdown catch.
I love it.
So I think I'm gonna make this a weekly thing. I'll choose a fact from each week and, you know, do a little trivia off of it. And that is that currently, so Jared Goff threw 5 interceptions in a single game. Currently in the league, there are 3 starting quarterbacks that have done the same thing. And as a bonus, there's one Hall of Fame quarterback that has played in our lifetime that has more interceptions in one game.
Aaron Rodgers.
It's not. I'm sorry. I know. He's not Hall of Fame yet, at least.
All right, can
But-
you repeat
But yes,
that?
the 3 starting quarterbacks that have done it.
They're throwing
so-
5 interceptions.
Let's just say
Sorry, the
3
part where I said fuck Aaron Rodgers, did you want me to repeat that part?
So currently there are 3 starting quarterbacks aside from Jared Goff in the league that in their career have had a game where they threw 5 interceptions.
Baker Mayfield.
Feel free to ask for him. No.
I thought I had one locked in there. I don't think Geno Smith
that
has
was
ever thrown
good.
5 interceptions in one game.
There is one that I think you could pretty soundly lock in. That's like there's one obvious.
Are
Daniel
we just supposed to
Jones.
say Caleb Williams?
No. There's bad quarterbacks and then there's interception quarterbacks.
Jameis Winston.
Jameis Winston, baby. He had a 5 interception game.
I just had a ton of guesses and none of them hit, except for Jameis Winston.
How about Jordan Love?
No. These are both older quarterbacks.
Okay.
They've had time to
Yeah. That's
To
a
throw
unique
those
stat
interceptions.
to acquire for sure.
one
Flacco?
still is, no. One still has a chance of doing it tonight.
So Tua, I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
No.
Matt Stafford?
Yeah.
Damn.
Stafford has done it.
Wow.
Yeah. He had it, and I don't have it above in front of me the games it was in.
Joe Flacco.
Because I.
He's done it more than
And the
once.
What? Sorry, Tyler, you froze a little bit. What?
Joe Flacco.
Oh, Sam guessed that already. You're a fool.
No.
Yeah. The other one is a quarterback famous for the moon ball that really relies on a receiver to be able to beat the cornerback to catch it. It is Russell Wilson.
Really? Would not
Yeah,
have
he has a
gotten-
5 interception game.
would have
Yeah,
not guessed
I figured that. I figured Jameis Winston was going to be an easy guess. I could lead you to Stafford. Russell Wilson, good quarterback. Now the Hall of Famer doesn't play anymore. Played in our lifetimes, but has a 6 interception game.
6 interceptions.
Let's see. What's a quick hint?
6 interceptions, Hall of Fame, played in our lifetime.
Played in our lifetime.
When you say
Had a
Hall
bit
of
of a
Fame,
rival-
are
Peyton
they?
Manning.
No.
Are you asking? Are they? Eli Manning is not in the Hall of Fame, Mike.
I was gonna ask, are they
Right.
officially in the Hall of Fame?
I actually have to double check. It's a definitive will be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Because I have a guess.
Officially in the Hall of Fame, yeah.
Officially in the Hall of Fame?
Yes, and I was pretty positive. I just had to make super double check.
All right.
Inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2021.
Oh, you even gave me their class. Thank you.
Yeah.
2021. That's actually really helpful because that eliminates a couple of people.
Really
Damn.
Yeah.
I actually am not sure. I can't think of it.
He had this game. Yeah. He had this game back in 2007 when he did this. And it was, I'll give it. Sam was kind of close.
Oh, wait, Sam was close with Peyton Manning?
He said Eli Manning.
I said Peyton Manning first.
Oh, I didn't hear Peyton Manning. Yeah, it's Peyton Manning.
Oh, that was my first guess.
It
Well,
was his
shite.
first guess. Oh my goodness.
I didn't hear that. Cut it. I didn't hear. The whole thing shot. Good job, Sam.
Filming again.
All right. All right. Guess who it was?
Who could it
LeBron
be?
James. You're ruining it.
Sam Christopher.
All right.
Damn,
It's
well,
So damn, Peyton
It's
Manning,
over. I
6
give up.
interceptions, 1 game.
Yeah, Peyton Manning. 6 interceptions, 1 game. One of the greatest of all time.
right.
Yeah.
You know,
Interesting.
he's just done so much that he must have also done that.
So,
I mean, there's only a handful
I'm-
of quarterbacks who could throw 4 or 5 interceptions and not get pulled from the game.
yeah. But, yes, that does it for our news and notes, our little bit of trivia. I'm not going to go into my bedshitter Mr. Big Guy until I have a little bit more info on this Monday Night Football game. So, we'll move into this week's special segment, which is Let's Make a Trade.
Let's make a trade.
Okay.
The trade deadline's coming up. The trade deadline's coming up. In fact, by the time you watch this episode, it'll be right there, I think. Because I think week 11 trade deadline means by Thursday Night Football, I think. Think about it. I don't know. Maybe I'll extend it a few days for the sake of that. But we've got ourselves here a nice little chart thing. I don't even know what I'm going to call it. I don't know.
A chart is
little
pretty
spreadsheet.
accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, a chart. I'm gonna share this. Sam, you get to look at the show doc just so you can look at this.
Oh boy.
Because I don't think this needs to be shared on the screen. This can stay behind the scenes, but maybe Tyler can add it in post with a screenshot, but I don't want to go scrolling through the show doc on sharing the screen.
There
So,
it is.
Here we have our little chart of looking at the trade values that each team has at certain positions. Now, we have our color gradient. The darker the color, the more value they have. And what we see pretty quickly is She Loves My McConkey has pretty dark colors everywhere. That's super cool.
Yeah, that team's stacked.
That team is stacked.
Are you sharing this chart anywhere?
It's in the show doc if you scroll to the bottom.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah. And we also see that Gabe actually has worse quarterbacks than me because he has Tua and Daniel Jones, and Aaron Rodgers actually is worse because none of them are even. Kyler Murray covers me enough to beat him.
Josh, you
had a great game. I didn't include him. He has no trade value.
Michael Penix. Gabe would disagree. As he stated so.
He would. As he said on the podcast. But for this I counted their top 3 quarterbacks, their top 4 running backs, top 4 wide receivers, and their top 2 tight ends. Now, some people only had 1 tight end. Some people only had 2 quarterbacks. Kind of interesting. She Love My McConkey has the most valuable quarterback room with those 3 included. Second most valuable is Notorious Scoundrels, even though he only has 2 quarterbacks. So if you want to wonder, how is Notorious Scoundrels getting away with this? It's just that he has the best quarterbacks by far.
Yeah.
And for the start of this season, Lamar Jackson and Baker Mayfield were the 2 top quarterbacks. So, but his wide receivers suck. Real bad. Like, I didn't realize until looking,
and yet
but his wide receivers, like DJ Moore and Calvin Ridley, are his top 2 wide receivers. He has Higgins, who is out. Chris Olave is going to be out for a while, and then it's Calvin Ridley and DJ Moore, and that's it. And DJ Moore does not get the ball often at all anymore. He has not scored double digits points since week 5, and that was against the Panthers.
Oof.
So this just goes out to Victor to say, hey, you might want to do something there. I don't know what, because you don't have any quarterbacks to trade, and that's your best position. Maybe it's just ride it out, but pick up some wide receivers at least. Because he also just has bench spots open. It would be crazy if he had Devontae Adams, right?
It would be crazy if he had Devontae Adams right
that would be so wild. Another very low spot. An issue that we knew existed is the Drunken Dragons. Their running back room isn't great.
It's not fair.
Hey.
It's just not fair. But it's okay.
Your wide receiver room is top 3.
But now CD has
Does it say that? Yeah, CD having Cooper Rush, maybe not great, but maybe so. Yeah, maybe you're just fucked, man. I don't know.
A little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then if we look at Aaron Rodgers' hate club, needs some running backs for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's been a struggle. But maybe Austin Eckler will just keep being Austin Eckler again. Who knows?
Unless we need Brian Robinson to stay out, I think.
Yeah,
but
well, he's been working on
he's
that for me.
been
Tank Bigsby,
honest.
despite seeming like he would continue to put up numbers, is now injured. But maybe that means that ETN will be trustworthy again, since I drafted him so freaking early. But
Well, drafting someone early means nothing.
we shall
Just
see.
ask Sam Lodge, who has Anthony Richardson, who was a second round pick, and isn't even a quarterback now. Isn't even a starting quarterback at all. I think that the people that need to trade the most, or not the people that need to trade the most, but the biggest thing I'm seeing is Bongside Kicks has Brock Bowers and David Njoku, which is two like top 5 tight ends right now,
Mm.
That's
and
some pretty dark orange.
feels pretty silly that you would just hold on to those guys, especially when people do kind of need tight ends, such as
He started Jonnu Smith this week too.
the
Oh, they're all
oh
on bye. All right, all right.
man, would be Johnny might not be bad, at
Oh, he's
least.
had some crazy good games. What with
Yeah,
everyone else on the Dolphins being broken.
yeah, and all that. Speaking of which, Tua still has not made his way back to a point yet, and we're at almost done with the half.
Very nice, very
Do you
nice.
believe in miracles?
Uh,
Maybe.
I do. But yeah, and then I mean, really, Gabe, if he wants a chance, Gabe's got to trade a running back for a quarterback. Which just means, Tyler, you and Gabe really need to talk.
What's up, Gabe? Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. I love this little chart you made. This little chart makes it so much easier to understand everything.
Yeah, it took a minute. I had to look up a trade value chart, and I literally just sat there in Excel being like, all right, so 22 plus 32 plus. I just had to go through and see what players everyone had and add them together. But
Hell
I
yeah,
like
dude.
it. The color coding makes it worth it.
The color coding
Truly.
is beautiful. Gabe
Yeah.
does have very
It-
good running backs. Wow.
Yeah.
Also has
Gabe has very
0.
good running back.
He also only has 3 running backs.
Does he only have? No, he has Jalen Warren.
Oh,
He has 4.
sorry, that's right. 4.
Well, you only need 2. After that, it's all flex, baby.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Gotta love James.
Then we have Steve also. Steve also needs some running backs. That's what I'm seeing. We have 3 teams that need some run. Sam too also needs running backs and has some quarterback trading ability as well. I'm seeing that Gabe should be a trade target. Not that you should be trying to talk to Gabe about these. I've got some wide receivers. Andrew's got some wide receivers. The only one that needs wide receivers is Victor. But Victor, maybe we can make something happen, but all I need is a quarterback, and you just refuse to like have a quarter. You don't have another quarterback, but it would be nice.
You just gotta trade him.
I also don't. Yeah, I'm also looking for a tight end because this is based on my 2 tight ends, and they're not.
If anyone wants to take a chance on Dallas Goedert staying healthy, I'm pretty happy with Kyle Pitts right now.
You know, the Charmin Ultra Softies might be willing to do that. They have their only tight end is Hunter Henry. Wasn't even on the trade chart I looked at, which wasn't fair to Hunter Henry, but so I just assigned a value of 1.
Damn, that feels pretty brutal.
But yeah. So, but we're seeing quite the disparity through the league there. But yeah, wide receivers pretty balanced out. Running backs has the big peak. Quarterbacks has the massive. Like She Love My McConkey just is really killing it there with Joe Burrow Joe Burrow, Geno Smith, and Jordan Love make up that number. Joe Flacco isn't counted in that number. Has been fine. But yeah. But that pretty much does it. It's just something to get the people looking at it. Make some trades. Give yourself a chance.
Definitely. I feel like this does give you an idea of who you could possibly trade with better without having to manually look,
Yeah.
which is nice.
And yeah, and if someone has something and you just don't quite have, maybe you don't line up, you can trade picks.
What are the standings?
There's a conversation to be had of how much we want.
Trading picks
Like,
is definitely in this.
if someone just trades away their like second rounder for a guy straight up, it's how much are you going to mess with the balance of the league? And one day, I want the balance of the league to be fucked. I want to have a couple teams each year that are just out of it because they went for it too hard last year. Because then they're just like, shit, I've got like 5 10th round picks. I can do this. I've got to make up my rounds. And I think that could be very interesting.
I don't disagree with that, honestly. And, you know, if I was in a position in which I felt like I was seriously contending, I would not be opposed to doing such a trade to, like, really secure it, you know?
Exactly, and I'm in that boat where I could be doing something like that, but I also, it's kind of a floodgate. You don't want to be that guy that messes up the balance of the league if everyone wasn't, and mess it up for everyone else. Like, it's almost an asterisk of a year if you do it, if you're the only one to do it, you know? Like, I
suppose.
want the playoffs to still matter.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I think it's a conversation that will happen at the next draft about like, hey, do we just agree to fuck shit up? Do we just agree, do whatever?
I don't see why not.
And I think once we make that agreement, then, I mean, just let's fucking get it.
Sam, what do you think?
Fuck shit up.
I mean, I don't really know what you mean by that. By do whatever, like.
I mean, like,
what are we then doing?
like trading away. If someone just is losing and decides to trade their best player for a contender's 3rd round pick.
Right.
So now, like, the balance of the playoffs is fucked because this guy has a now star player. Even though
So we would not allow that?
It's not that we wouldn't allow it. It's allowed right now. It is allowed. I'm just saying it would suck for everyone else if only one person did that and suddenly the playoffs become just not interesting. So I think it's best if, like, it probably won't happen this year. Like, good. But if we have a discussion at the draft next year of like, hey, let's just agree this is fully on the table. Like, do everything and anything that you want to do.
Oh, absolutely.
Like,
if someone wants to pay me real money for my best player, they absolutely can do that.
Specifically,
By
not
all
that,
means.
actually. No, that actually is not allowed. I would probably just kick you from the league if that happened.
You should put that in the rule docs, Josh.
So don't do that.
Put that in the rules.
I should, yeah. No collusion. But yeah,
Anyway.
this is my official statement. No collusion.
So this
I
is
love
just
trading
you
for
saying that
draft
this
picks.
is what you want to do next season. Got it.
Yeah,
I love trading for draft picks. I wish it happened
this
more
is something
often.
I want to do this season, but I'm not going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to do it right now, but I don't want to mess with the balance that hard.
I mean, and you're messing with the balance of the league in the next year potentially, you know? Because now you're making one player have a way better draft than everybody else. And the thing is, over time, though, as this continues to happen, it's like any other professional sports league where it becomes balanced in an imbalanced way in which the bad teams typically have more draft picks upcoming and the good teams, you know, don't. So it kind of does, in a certain way, balance itself out.
And if you have bad draft picks, it just makes like if you hit like Victor did, if you drafted Chase Brown, Chuba Hubbard, Chris Godwin, all Brock Bowers, like get later guys that go off. Dude, if you can win off of that underdog spot, that would be awesome.
That would
So
be.
I do like that idea, and it's something that we'll bring up at the next draft. Again, if anyone did it
TBD.
this year,
TBD.
I wouldn't. Yeah, but yeah, just hey, just something to think about. Comment down
The more
below
you know.
if you have
The more
any
you know.
opinion on that, because there have been no fucking comments. It pisses me off. All right,
Can I
Down bad
instead
man-
trade my best player for 10 fab instead of 10 real money? Is that better?
yeah, you can do that.
Word, far out, far out.
No,
Ten
anything
fab is
in the
crazy.
league.
That'll be how I laundered it. I'll also accept 10 real dollars just without telling anyone.
That well, then if I look at the trade and it's like, okay, this is lopsided, I may investigate.
Yeah. And
League
obviously we're going to cover our
investigations.
tracks.
We're gonna have our own Deflate Gate.
Mm.
Christian McCaffrey
Yeah, we'll have our own
for 10
gates.
fab.
That's
Suspicious.
something seems off there, slightly.
He's injured.
But
Come
yeah.
on.
Oh, okay. Down bad manager of the week. We don't talk about it. Doesn't matter.
I agree.
But let's just say he's streaking.
Not in the
Going.
right direction. Either.
Yeah. Quick check-in on the games right now. We still have Tua has not put up the points at the half. Tua is at 0.15 points at the half. And if
Oh my God.
Tyler, you're no longer down bad if you win this game. Then it's Gabe again. Then
I
it's
agree.
back to
I
Gabe.
agree without a doubt. But I highly, highly still doubt that'll happen.
It's super unlikely, but I really support it. Even though I have two Dolphins players, I'm so probably. Yeah, I'll win either way. As long as Tyreek Hill and Achane outscore Jonnu Smith, I'll be okay.
You would think so.
I'm looking at the
Yeah.
just a fun little stat that I'm going to point out so that it's pointed out by me and not anyone else. I'm looking at our overall standings right now, and I have the lowest points for out of anyone in the league. I'm the only one in the 1100s. Everyone else is
Damn.
better than that. And
No.
I am ranked above Slosh. He really wants to beat me today because I am ranked above him in wins. And I have fewer points for and fewer points against. I am just getting lucky against this motherfucker.
Dang, poor
Wow.
Slosh.
Wow.
Who does? Oh yeah, Slosh has the most points against of any manager. Slosh has more points for than me, which is both
So does
Slosh
Steve.
and Steve. Yeah, have
That's
more
just-
points for than me.
That's
is-
unfortunate. That's truly
Yeah.
unfortunate, you know?
That stinks. But speaking of that, let's take a look at the playoff picture. If these games go in a certain way, which, the Twee's not changing. It's me and Victor, and if Sam wins, then he'll stay 2 games. Or I should say, if Aaron Rodgers Hate Club wins, then he'll stay within 2 games of me. If he loses, then there's a 3-game difference between me and third place. So
Yeah, and there's only 4 more weeks in the
it's gonna be
regular
tough to come
season.
back to that. Yeah, so it's going to be tough for me to lose that spot. The High Life division is looking much more interesting, with a chance of second, third, and fourth place could all be 5 and 4, which is
Yeah,
kind of
Andy
crazy.
really needs this run.
Yeah,
If he doesn't, he does still have to get these wins before he can pull off using that insane stat spread that you were showing off.
yeah. If Tyler can manage to win today, that would be rough for Andrew. Because if Tyler loses, then Andrew actually is in the playoffs currently.
Overtakes. Oh yeah, he's got 300 more points for than Tyler.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's got some points for.
I have the second lowest points for in the league, I think.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, you're right down
it's
there
you.
with me.
It's you
Oh
too.
yeah,
There's one more 1100 something too.
yeah. Whoops.
That's me.
Uh, but
Damn.
if if Tyler manages to keep it, then he stays in the playoffs for now. And if he loses, he jumps down to the toilet bowl. Because Gabe also has more points for than you.
Yo, I didn't even think about the toilet bowl at this point. I
Yeah.
I am now aware of the fact that I am somewhat in risk of that. I need to get
Yeah.
my act together.
Oh man, I am happily in third place in the league.
Yeah, you're.
Quite content in the dead center.
But if you lose the slosh,
I
you will
know.
then be thrown down. So you both risk the toilet bowl this week. So it's definitely this is something to keep a track of. And speaking of that, because that's just how you segue, you keep saying speaking of that.
Anyway,
Honestly, if you just do it with confidence, it really just works well.
Yeah, it does. Upsets of the week. I for the first time in a while, maybe ever, I hit mine and Tyler didn't. Now it's 5-7, and it's Tyler's turn to pick first. Tyler, who do you
Josh,
think's gonna make the upset?
Yeah, my pick this week definitely I think is going to come off as pretty bold, but this is a team I've picked 3 times already in this segment and they've hit twice for me. Next week we're taking the Bong Side Kicks over the Scoundrels. And looking at the matchups, Chuba Hubbard is on bye, Otten is on bye, Mayfield's on bye. This team doesn't have a ton going for it on the bench right now, so I actually think there's a pretty decent chance that Bongside is able to make this one happen.
Yeah, that is fair. Now, for mine, I'm going off of our last power rankings because we haven't done one yet. We'll do another one next week. But I have, and it's a little iffy because I would like to choose Granny's Gold Galleon over the Charmin Ultra Softies, but Granny's is a game ahead. But we did rank them below them last time we did a power ranking. No, we didn't. We did rank them above. I lied. No, did we? I got confused by our own power rankings. I'm just staying off that game. Whatever. I don't need it.
Josh, you choose whatever your heart desires.
No, I'm sticking with it. You ready for this? Once I figure out these power rankings, whoever's ranked lower is gonna win this game.
All right.
I'll put that in the sleeper chat once I figure it out. But that's what's happening.
Between Slosh and Gabe.
Yep, Slosh and Gabe. I'll choose whoever.
Gabe was ranked lower.
Interesting.
Gabe was ranked lower. Gabe's gonna win it. Danny Dimes is on bye week, which
forget Danny Dimes.
Yeah.
It's Malik Neighbors being on bye week that he cares about.
Yeah, Danny Dimes being off the team is a greater plus than Malik Neighbors off the team being a minus. So
he might have to start Aaron Rodgers.
Oh Lord. Yep, I take Gabe.
All right, go Gabe.
To win. Now, let's do a check-in on the current games. Is it still half? Yep, it's still half. All right. Well, that might be where we might not get an update from that game again, but we still have. I would
like to boldly also claim my own upset of the week.
Oh,
please do. I love it.
Just
because I'm pretty sure that I'm just gonna kick the Basement Gremlins ass in week 11. I'm mostly positive they're gonna go like super down.
Whoa! Just because Kyler Murray's on, just because my only quarterback is on bye. Someone trade me a quarterback.
Wait, do you seriously only have one quarterback?
No. I have multiple. I have Kyler Murray, Cooper Rush, and Jameis Winston.
Oh, you actually
Jameis
only have
Winston's
one.
back
You
next
have
week.
one quarterback.
Yeah, and Kyler Murray's on bye, but it's fine.
So this is why you're mentioning the trade deadline.
Yeah. Hey guys, trade deadline is coming up.
Yeah.
What do you need? What do you need? Anyway, all right,
This is
guest
the time.
upset.
That would be crazy too, especially since we're talking about holding on to that second place spot right there.
Hey, please.
Anyway, sorry.
Anyway,
Your
moving on.
segue.
Hey, good pick. Sorry. Speaking of
Good
which,
segue.
it's time for Tyler's. I don't actually. I've never get the transition to him right, but go to it.
Hey guys, it's time to talk about gambling. Welcome back. We got some really good picks this week. We got some things we're feeling pretty darn good about. Unlike last week, if you remember. So, first off, we got a nice little 3-game parlay going on here, and we're giving you options on how we're gonna do it. So first off, taking the money line, Dolphins at home to beat the Raiders. Second, we're taking 49ers at home versus Seattle. Beat them earlier this season. Now they have Christian McCaffrey back. 49ers are getting the shit together. They're pushing for the playoffs. All right, make no mistake, this is a different team than we saw at the start of the year. And finally, here's your choice. You can either take the Patriots at home versus the Rams plus 13.5, or Steelers at home plus 10.5. If you guys had to pick which
Steelers
one of those
against who?
games, Steelers against Ravens
I'm
at
going
home.
Patriots.
Patriots plus 13.5.
Uh,
I want to take the Patriots.
yeah.
All right, Patriots
okay.
at home plus 13.5.
I think I would be Patriots. I will say, again, most of the time, I would say honestly, plus 10.5. I would worry that the Ravens just blow them out anyway. But I think people in the NFC North, AFC North, do know how to play against Lamar Jackson more. So I think there is a good chance that they do hit this.
It's
You could
I
just
know
put
it's been
all four.
said.
You
It's
could
just
just
so
string all
magical.
4 together. If you string 3 of those together, choosing your game at the end, it's going to net you right around 120. And I think if you add the 4th game in, it comes out around 180. So you got some options there. But now we got our lock of the week here. We haven't had a lock of the week in a while, but I'm telling you, this is it right here. You heard how excited I was about the 49ers earlier. Well, we are taking the 49ers to cover 1.5 points in the first quarter and to hit the money line against Seattle. And that is going to hit you plus 100. Right on the money, double it up. I'm telling you, that is our lock of the week. Guys, how we feeling?
I would say that sounds like a lock.
I mean, Niners
like
versus the Seahawks have been falling apart. It kind of feels like they were kind of a fraud of a team early on. And the Niners, I will say, vibes in San Francisco don't seem awesome. Jake
I did
Moody
like what I
missed
saw in
3 field goals in a row.
Which is crazy. And
Sunday.
they still won that game, though. They still won that game.
They still won that game off a field goal. But there was also a clip of Deebo Samuel kind of shoving the long snapper like almost like in the throat.
Hey, man.
And
Things
kind
get
of hitting
hostile,
Moody.
right?
Like they were angry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
them and
it
the
happens,
the
right?
Packers have been having an awfully physical season, which I haven't been enjoying.
Yeah.
Would like them to
Yeah.
play with some more skill.
It's like chill. And then Puka's throwing hands last week. There was
No, seriously.
yeah, one game oh no, I'm not gonna remember. But one game ended because the defense managed to stop a team on like make them go 3 and out to give them a chance to get the ball back.
Oh, the
And
unsportsmanlike?
yeah. Do you remember what team that was?
No, crap.
Right,
Was it
because
the Bears? Was it Bears Patriots?
No, that wasn't Bears Patriots. No, because Bears weren't gonna win anyway.
Oh yeah.
But they had stopped them. They were gonna get a chance to get the ball back, and a defender just did a super late hit on a guy and got the unnecessary roughness, first down, end the game.
Was that
It was-
Commanders?
Oh, it was a Commanders. No. Nope, it wasn't Commanders
'Cause
either.
that would have been against the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that Broncos Chiefs was blocked field goal. The Steelers Commanders was the one where Russell Wilson actually got a guy to jump off sides to end the game.
That's crazy.
That
So many
yeah.
weird losses.
It was a
so many
lot
missed
of-
field goals.
It was a lot of weird losses.
I mean,
but-
we watched like each of the 1 o'clock games, or at least 2 or 3 of them, each had 2 missed field goals.
I thought,
at
yeah,
least.
two or three at least.
Young Wei Koo missed 3 field goals,
Yeah,
or 3
Not
kicks,
Young
not
Wei.
field goals, but Young Wei.
Youngway, Moody, and there was another guy. Even the
Weird week.
I think it was. Yeah.
even the Lions game, the kicker for the Lions hit his 2 field goals, but they were both legitimately centimeters, not even inch, centimeters from the upright. Both of them, both kicks,
Yeah.
opposite sides, centimeters. It was wild. So
What do you
Yeah.
know?
now
I'm trying to look up.
it looks like the game of Sam's is leaning towards our Sam here.
All right.
It has been, but
only
it's like one thing.
Barely. So here's what I'm gonna say as far as Josh's fucking shit fuck bed shitter of the week. It can go either way in this one, but we have 2 potentials because both of these teams had rough outings by some players. One, Jared Goff, 5 interceptions. Come on. That's in this league, that is 15 points. Gone.
That's insane. I mean, that right there would change this game completely.
On the reverse side, we have Zay Flowers, who put up 6 points in a game where everyone went nuclear. We had the Bengals on one side, Jamar and Burrow going crazy. Lamar went crazy, but then Zay Flowers only got 34 yards. I
Come
mean,
on.
he's the wider one. So both of them shit the bed. We just don't know which of them cost their team the win.
We're gonna
As for a
find
big
out.
man of the week, the big man of the week, I hate him, but I have to give it to him, even though it wasn't even a close matchup. Like, yeah, the Bengals. Yeah. Because you know what? Was it a close matchup? No. But the Bengals scored half of the team's points. So I guess they can have it. If they,
Insane.
If-
Insane what the Bengals
it-
did this week. The craziest
if
stack I've ever
instead
seen
of-
in my life.
if each of the Bengals instead just scored 20 points each, then the team would have lost. She loves my McConkey. Would have lost. Fuck,
50
man.
points basically
Bengals.
getting 50 points from 2 different players is wild.
Wild.
Just
fine. You can be a big-
insane.
You can be a big man. I hope you feel good. You're the stupidest big man ever. Stupid
here it is.
Bengals.
Confirmed it was the Commander-Steelers game. Lost by 1 point due to neutral zone infraction.
That was the offsides one. That was he jumped in
duh.
offsides.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know the one that raged. Oh well. But yeah, I think that does it for us here, though. Anything more to add? Any quick trade requests?
I don't know. What to do at
Let's
this point.
see.
I just need to get out of the Twitter.
Yeah, can I just have any good player off of your team?
No, I want all the good ones. So,
What if I give you
guess-
a really, really good player who's on bye next week?
ooh, I mean potentially. Maybe we'll talk. All right. Well, with that, I think we'll close it out for the week. Make some trades. Set your fucking lineup. And watch some football.
And pick up Marcus Valdez Scantling.